Welcome back to another episode of SmartFoxTV.
Welcome back to another segment on spooky stories. Today I'll share 4 that I've personally heard from friends or relatives of friends. The first story is from the cousin of one of my best friends. We'll call the cousin Mia for the purposes of this story. When Mia was in college, she would often study really late in this old building on her campus in Chicago. One night, she stayed really late until the building was closing and the lights were turning off. Being on one of the top floors, she took the elevator down. After stopping on one floor, a young man quietly came into the elevator. Neither Mia nor the young man spoke to each other or made any eye contact. After some time, the young man got out of the elevator and silently walked onto a floor that was completely pitch black. When Mia finally got to the first floor, she told the man at the front that there was still a student in the building. The man looked at her, confused, and said that she was the only person left and there was no one else that was supposed to be in the building. To this day, she still can't explain what she saw. Another story is from an old friend of mine whose parents are from Guatemala. Her father used to do photography on the side, and he was out taking pictures one evening when he spotted what he thought was a beautiful woman with pale skin wearing a white dress. Her hair was long and dark, but for some reason, she had no face and her head looked like a glowing pear. When he got closer to take a look, bright red eyes suddenly appeared where the face was supposed to be, and he immediately ran off. It's interesting because there are so many stories like his of a beautiful, mysterious woman in a white dress, shared among many different cultures. This third story comes from my friend who was in the army and heard it from his friend who supposedly had this experience. We'll call his friend Ben. Ben's family had a cabin out in the woods. When Ben was sleeping at night, this little girl would come and stare at him through the window of his room. He started staring back at her, and this would go on for days. Eventually, he realized it was weird and decided to do something about it. One day, he had friends over, and this girl showed up again at the window staring at them. They decided to go out of the house and chase this girl into the woods. As they chased her into the woods, she disappeared, and suddenly their ears were filled with the echoes of this girl's laughter, louder than anything one little girl could produce. They immediately ran out of the woods, and none could explain what happened. Ben never saw that girl again after that. The last story isn't really that creepy, but it actually happened to me, and maybe it's just coincidental. My grandfather bought me a Faust Schwartz life-size doll of a German Spitz one Christmas. I always had this doll above my bed and it never fell down once. However, on the day my grandfather died, I came home from the ER emotionally and physically exhausted and fell asleep on my bed. When I woke up in the dark later that evening, the German Spitz doll was laying right next to me with its face staring right at my face. It was really weird, but for some reason it didn't creep me out at all, as I took it as a sign from my grandpa that he was okay. I put the doll back above my head on the bed, and it never fell down again after that. We hope you enjoyed today's edition of Spooky Stories. If you have your own, feel free to share in the comments.
Hello, this is Shane with the latest news. Marvel has released the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The family finds themselves exploring the quantum realm, interacting with strange new creatures, and embarking on an adventure that will push them beyond the limits of what they thought was possible. In this film, we get to see MCU's next anticipated villain, Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors. He has also appeared in Loki's Disney Plus series if you want to see more of him. The movie will be released February 17th, 2023, so be ready. This year's MLB playoffs have been dominated by two teams, the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. Both the American League and National League Championship Series were one-sided. The Phillies beat the San Diego Padres in the Championship Series 4-1. The Astros once again beat the New York Yankees, but this time around it was in a sweep. Now, Yankee fans are out of excuses. The World Series is now set to take off this Friday, October 28th. That is all for the news today. Have a great day.
This is Kim.
Hi, this is Sally.
Hello, this is Tracy.
This is Shane.
And thanks for watching
SmartFox TV.
Stay
Stay foxy.